Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa. Last we left off, we were on the second floor dormitories and we just finished going through a room full of lockers. Where are we off to now? You'll have to wait and see. Without further ado, let's hop in. That's all closed up. So we'll look in here. Ooh, this place is nice. More of adult atmosphere. This is the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check out one more time. Huh? A regret. Chair. There's a PC on the desk. Must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used it last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. This piece still has some results left on it. Then we might be able to get some information on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're worst sort of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much more, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get on our hands. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The despair has been added to Truth Bullet section of your handbook. The desk has computer home belonging to the headmaster. And... Ugh. Come on. I want that. Come on. Huh, there's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design to make a construction defect or something.
So...
There's a gap there, but no, not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze. There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC I think controls it. Either the right password and this door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork and files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So this hidden room she couldn't get into, that's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her there's more to it than just that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko can't figure out, what do I stand any chance? No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After what she talked about, her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never occurred to her. Do you mind if I try just to be sure?
Well...
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay? You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, I might have just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay? In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself and turned the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. Type full name Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands went tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Beep! Grrr! What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked.
Why?
Kyoko? Not looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko? Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present, wrapped up and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should I open it? I might get kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it, okay?
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? Do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Don't just scream. Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying there's something in there that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by step, heavy step, I approached the box, took a deep breath and took a hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. I began to seek into the... It is still a hesitant glance inside in. Yoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? A head! A head was in the box. Oh my god. It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? What do you mean, just as she thought? You can't prepare for something like that. It is twisted as Kyoko is. I doubt she would have guessed there was a human body in the box. Just as you thought, how could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there, human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones, that body, that's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that it's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. That same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. According to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. I think we just had, like, a very small earthquake. I gotta, I'll be right back. Yeah, so according to, there was a 4.8 magnitude earthquake 9 miles from Santa Monica at 2 a.m. It's 2:04, and, I have really bad anxiety. So, feeling, I glanced down just, like, with my thing, because I saw the mic moving, and I was like, what the fuck? And so, I was like, oh no, earthquake, because they felt the shaking, and I was like, I gotta be prepared. There's gotta be an aftershock. So I jumped up and went to go stand in the doorway, because not me, man. Not me. So, yeah. So we did have an earthquake. I wasn't just being paranoid. So, you know, go me. It wasn't very big, but it's California, man. You could be like, oh, it's an earthquake, and then all of a sudden your house is fucking going. So, without further ado, let's hop back into our game, shall we? Let's see here. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but it's okay. Enough puns anyway. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step and hope to peak since the killing game began. are those 16 students. Rodrigo said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume.
In other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe, at that point, she just wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father, so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective never would do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present has been added to the juice bullet section of your handbook. Ooh, that's got a sting. Huh, this picture. It's all faded, must be pretty old. It was a... Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko?
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this? What do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing that the headmaster had a picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoning me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. But if Kyoko and the headmaster has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Damn! We're just learning all her dirty little secrets today, aren't we? No, and I think the aftershock finally came through because I was sitting here and all of a sudden my screen started to look shaky again. I was like, ooh. So, I was prepared. This filing cabinet seemed like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. I didn't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine, check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through the drawer, each one by one, starting from the top. All I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to do his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy, but instead he left it all behind.
Now,
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but do I really want to touch Kyoko's dead desk without permission?
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you'd like. Are you sure? Ooh, my back.
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened the desk drawers and looked inside. Rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh, this is an e-handbook, right? It has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
Handbook with no limitations. Given to the schoolmaster's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably
it
right.
Would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh, but Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and... Ooh. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook has been added to the bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it's only inconvenienced you that much more,
Hey.
but could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just
I
a
need
second.
to get my emotions in order. Now, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood and not by heart and soul, but maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. And that's what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Once I've gotten myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Ooh. Is she really okay? Kyoko must be completely shocked. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. Looks like his skull was cracked in. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster. Killed Kyoko's father. They killed him, the headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was Hope's Peak headmaster. The same person may very well be the head mastermind who planned this out as well. According to these files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Well, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people taking a single step inside Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. 15 of us met in the mail hall in Mukuro, the mix, and you get 16. Also, and including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she is undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Baikuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Ah! That started to hurt. Only those 6 people are still alive. And then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe there has to be some other way. There just has to be. Alright. Yes. Okay, so now that we have the unlimited locker thing, the unlimited all access pass, we can go in here and do this. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope. There's a card reader on this door. Let's see how you open it. After all, there's somewhere to the 2nd floor. Yeah. And you have to have it easier. Does that mean let's just give it a try? I took my handbook and ran across the card and then no luck. Maybe I'm just gonna wait, what about that emergency handbook? I found the headmaster's hidden room. Okay, give it one more try. Take the emergency handbook, ran across the card reader. Just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball. Oh, a crystal ball. No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. This is a deck of playing cards. No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks, notes stacked in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this didn't do a lot of studying. No, that can't. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of those notebooks and saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness and I may have had evaporated. Yasuhiro Hakagure. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hakagure. Right. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes of a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all stuck into this evil world. We never had a chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Locker note has been added. Truth bullet section of your handbook. I think that's all let. Boop. Looks like the locker card open. Now let's see what we got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. This thing's practically empty. There's one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name around it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there's some writing on the inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh. I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, the words I heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here, making me a life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me in some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it is not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anybody. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anybody else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hadn't seen her dad since she left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. This happened to be the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. Must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about the whole thing. When I reached the last page, the question marks spiraling in my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, broad. Despair walks. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea how this could possibly make any sense. Locker pocketbook has been added to truth bullet section in your handbook. Ooh! But the more I see, the less makes sense. Okay, but the less it makes sense to you, the more my brain is putting back the pieces of what I already know and is making sense to me again. So, you keep on your roll, buddy. I know what I'm doing. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in lockers that look like they belong to the people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro? A pocketbook that seemed like it belonged to Hyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Let's check the emergency handbook. Beep. Looks like the locker open. Let's see what we've got inside. Nope. Don't see anything that could be a clue. Get the emergency handbook. Beep. Open up the locker. See what we got inside. Don't see anything that might be a clue. Emergency handbook. Beep. Opened it. Looked inside. Nothing. Okay. So. Nothing more there. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, remember to hit like, subscribe, and come back to finish the rest of this. We are so close, guys. So close. Anyway, I hope you had a good day, and I'll see y'all guys next time. Bye-bye.